Conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Hello and welcome to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Keremi, and this time I want to introduce Dating Right, a concise guide to dating the right people, dating the right way. And I'll start today's topic with a highlight from this book. People ask all the time why some men stop putting effort after they've gotten the woman they worked so hard to win. And I always say it has everything to do with the woman. That is what Benjamin Zulu, you have said. And now today's topic is all about how to make your man not to think about other women while you're with him, while he's yours.
Yes, so
Yes.
I think the foregoing there, the conversation there was, if he marries you and settles, it could be his mistake, thinking he has gotten you after all. But what you do after that is what will determine whether he will continue to ignore you.
As the woman now.
There's some behaviors you tolerate, others you don't tolerate. Don't allow that to become the new normal, that you are just assumed that you allow. You are around and you're okay. Don't keep quiet when you're not comfortable. Don't settle for cramps.
Yeah.
Don't just start celebrating the fact that you're married, that you're not being pampered, showed affection, included, made to feel happy. Some people just deposit you at home and go to cabernet. People marry you and go. Don't accept that. Sometimes it's in life is what you accept. What you settle for is what becomes your portion. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you fight for. This life, you don't get what you deserve.
Yeah.
Nobody even remembers what you deserve.
What you deserve.
You may be deserving, but you remain depleted if you don't fight, insist, refuse anything less.
Yeah.
So sometimes men let up for lack of skill on how to they're not even malicious. They just don't know how to work up love, how to build.
Yeah.
And if you let that become the new normal, now you just start to live parallel life. You get children, transfer to get investments. So it's parallel life, no excitement between you. People sometimes they used to joke, they're married when they're not talking. So you're in the car, just now they're married. Parallel lives, no vibe. Don't marry people you're not friends with. That's why we say remove sex out of it to confirm if you're friends at all. During dating, avoid it so that you can tell, are we friends? Do we have a clique? Do we have a conversation? Anytime you stir in the false ingredient of illicit sex, the day you get married, the illicit sex goes. The one that is there is illicit now, it's not illicit. So
Illicit.
the forbidden bread is no longer there. The conspiracy of stealing together is gone. Of comrades in crime is gone. Can you be now partners in a true thing? It loses taste. You go out to stay with another person, they also go to stay with another person, or you stay there bored. If you don't plan on being a philanderer, put the right foundations that you can attract the right person. So today we are speaking about how to make your man never to think of another woman. Now, I don't want you to interpret it like mind control. Can I control what a man thinks? If he wants to go, you go. Some people try to look for shortcuts, say, there's nothing you can do. Just be you, and then him, he will cheat or not cheat. You can't tell me. You can't control him, a man. He will do what he wants. Yeah. So today we are not saying you're going to do mental control or that you're going to determine a person's behavior. People have the choice to choose. God has given them free will to choose what they want. What we are discussing today is how to fully occupy the position of wife and make it very unlikely that he will want to lose you. We want to make it very expensive for him to cheat on you.
Okay.
Your power in marriage is always when you become a very expensive thing to lose. Your power in life, in friendship, in marriage, in career, it's an employee, as a partner, is when you become impossible to replace.
Yes.
You make people to think twice. It becomes very painful and inconveniencing. That's one reason you maintain your job even when your employers hate you.
Yeah.
By the way. You can maintain your job when you are hated. Do you know when you are determined and progressive and self-grown, you're not liked by many employers?
Yeah.
You're not easy to kick around. You know your rights, what you should be paid, for example. You know what you deserve. You just insist on it, otherwise you're out.
Yeah.
You don't sabotage, no, but they know to get another person who hacks things, who gives them peace of mind. They can go to Dubai and the work is still bringing money.
Yeah.
They're not getting crisis. You can go out of your way to sort things out, convert clients, bring business. If you can do that, even when they dislike you, and I told you one problem is the partners to your boss. It's not even sometimes the boss.
Yeah. Partners to your boss.
Yes. If your boss is a guy, the wife to the guy.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Your boss talks well of you so much until the partner develops. That's Sylvia.
Yeah. Why is she being mentioned so many times?
Yes, so she may start getting you to try to get you fired, but they can't replace you easily. So they just made it a love-hate relationship towards you. So they just greet you with, you know, people greet you and they withdraw their hand to make you feel something.
Yeah.
They give you hostile looks.
Yeah.
You know, they sabotage you here and there. They don't send you money on time. They don't fire you. They can't replace you.
Yeah.
But they don't like you. But they need you. You know. The power I'm going to tell you today applies even in job. You can work wherever you want, even when the boss can't stand you.
Yes.
I tell you the truth, you become, and this is Napoleon Hill put it that way, and Dale Carnegie, and also Robert Greene. All the sociological teachers have found. They say there's a way you can make yourself an installation in people's lives, whether they like it or not.
Okay.
Simply become the source of what they need.
Yes.
Be the source of what they need. The person who can get their life moving.
Amazing.
This boss will accompany you to the high meetings, even when they would rather never carry you anywhere.
Yeah.
Because where they are going, they need somebody who can break down the technical aspects.
Yes.
And you are the only one.
The only one with that power.
You know, they carry someone else, there will be a failure.
Yes.
And they know you can figure it out with one breath. I want to invite our technical expert. She's going to tell us more about that. So this is Sylvia. And Sylvia says, coordinating that and this and that, we arrive at this. My recommendation, this. Everybody would say, wow, you hacked it so well. Let's toss to that. Bill, and stamp. Money in.
And then to you, they're like, you have a brilliant employee.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has been doing very well in the company. In fact, we promote. In reality, they hate you. You know?
Yeah.
They will even overshadow. They thought they would shine. But you're the one who carry the day. You know?
Yeah.
And I just want you to know that by being a wife to a man, there are two techniques you can use. And you're going to become, we don't hope it will get to the place of being hated. But I just want you to know, to move beyond being loved to being needed.
Yeah.
Today I want you to move from him loving you to him needing you. That's how you become impossible.
To let go.
Yes. Without severe consequences.
Yeah.
Human beings fear pain more than they love pleasure. They act differently to avoid pain than they act to seek pleasure.
Yeah.
Or even peace. When between peace and pain is more powerful. So love is peaceful.
Yeah.
But pain is forceful. When they love you, they want peace. When they know losing you is painful, they'll behave better. Even more compellingly. So today I'm teaching you how to make it very painful to lose you. That is a better security.
Yeah.
That's a better security than just he loves me very much. Some people love you, but they are also repulsive to love because of some ancestral demons. You know, some people can't settle with good things. They must kick it up, just destroy, sabotage it because of something. Some people, deep inside, they don't think they deserve love. I want you to go and test yourself. with some of the passages where God describes how he loves you, and it is mind-boggling. Those who have never had a father love them, and there's another heavenly father loving them,
Yes.
becomes very hard to decode. Takes you a while to warm up.
Okay.
And when he says things that are very hard to picture, saying you've been honorable and I have loved you, you don't think yourself as honorable, you don't think of yourself as lovable, it becomes very hard and takes a lot of growth to accept love.
Yes.
That's the same problem you have with people. You're going to marry a person who doesn't feel deeply deserving of this kind of love.
Oh, okay.
It takes a while for them to warm up to it that they are worthy. So instead of depending on such a unstable thing as love, move on to the next force that works every time. Pain. Make it very painful
Yeah.
to lose you.
Yes.
And how do you do that? Number one is learn how to brainstorm knowledgeably, deeply, intelligently. That is one skill that men need every day. And they keep the wrong women in their lives just because she helps him brainstorm. How many men have been calling you to help them think? And you're nobody in his life. You used to be friends in college. But whenever he's making key decisions,
Yeah.
now here is Kevin calling again, 5 years later.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm calling. How have you been?
Yes.
You know, I've been considering going to Germany. Where, you know, me and Kevin in Germany.
Yes.
And then I'm torn between if I, why do men do that? Because that's very common if you ask women around. When they know a woman who is intelligent, who can help them think,
Yeah.
you become a person they want to keep around. Whether you're married, whether you're a friend, whether your boss will invite you to help him think to a very high office. Can I pick your brain on something? You know?
Yeah. Sounds good.
You know?
Yeah.
Have a brain a man can pick, and he won't joke with you. So many women will ask why he's not doing regular dates. You see, romance is not natural for men, but brainstorming is natural.
Okay.
So he can take you for a date as we brainstorm. If you can come with what he's used to, he will easily give you what you wanted. And let's review how things went. How is that one going? Men get stressed by stranded projects, by hanging deals, by problems that are stubborn. A thing that is threatening what he has been building, and he has not figured out how to get around it. You may also not have a solution yet.
Yeah.
But when you build the tendency that whenever you think with him, you always come up with better solutions, my friend,
He cannot let go.
he will install you himself, because you make his life better.
Yeah.
Men's plans, ideas, strategies are the closest thing to them, even more than their body.
What? Wow.
They hide their plans more than they hide their body. When you go along the road, you see warnings, "Uzikojoe hapa, don't pee here," because men keep peeing everywhere. They don't respect their bodies that much. And you're not saying every man. You're just saying a lot of men, even when you go to places, it's not that special about their body.
Yeah.
What is special when Samson finally disclosed his plans to Delilah?
Yeah.
Covenants, secrets, where he gets his strength from. That's when he was doomed.
Yeah.
Not when he was without physically sleep. No. In fact, women use sex to get a secret. They use sex to get a secret. Because the secret is the real thing.
Yes.
It's the pillow talk. It's not the act. The woman should after the pillow talk.
Yes.
What he promises when he's intoxicated, she wants to hold on to that. So she'll intoxicate him in sex to get him to say things, promise things, bind himself.
Yeah.
I want you to be the woman who he can brainstorm with. How do you become that? Now, let me tell you, women who can brainstorm has become very scarce because women have become very brain lazy. Depending on their body, they just decorate their body. Sauna is more popular than library.
True.
It's women who spend hours generously at the steam bath. I would not spend an hour
in
with
the
a book.
library.
Try to introduce a book to a woman and you have to convince her for a whole day that she should spend $10.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to talk much if you just say there's a sauna that does is just $200. Can you make it $180, please, so that it's budget friendly? From $200 to $180. But the moment you say a conference of $50,
Yes.
that's so expensive. A lot of women have more on their head than inside their head.
On their head than inside. Oh. Than inside their head. Oh my.
There's more money women are putting on top rather than inside.
Yes.
I tell you the truth, you'll be surprised how they are keen on the makeup table, but they're not keen on the grow up table. You know?
Yes.
They really equip the makeup table where they work up the looks, but the study desk where they could have worked up the soul, that's why they're irrelevant to men.
He doesn't
Irrelevant.
have a book.
Very irrelevant.
Yeah.
And their conversations are always demands. That's why he loses interest with time. Their conversations are just demands. Remember this, you did not do this, you got late here, did that.
Yeah.
Can you learn depth? Depth is so intriguing. And I'm talking about gentlemen now. Today I'm not discussing playboys. Men who are trying to build life, lead family, build a money, empire, security, who are sincerely engaged. They always have problems to crack. And I want you to be a reader. I tell you, I'm yet to recover from when I found out that my wife could read Robert Greene on her own.
Okay.
I had not even mentioned him because I did not imagine that's a reading women would be interested in. That guy doesn't write women-friendly writings. You know?
Yeah.
Even when he writes The Laws of Seduction, The Art of Seduction, it's not coming from the feminine romantic.
Yes.
It's mind game. You know?
Yeah.
So I didn't expect that. But then I find that a page she was reading. 48 laws of what? That she was playing.
Yeah.
When you next somebody's gun, you find out what was playing continues. She's playing subs and wondering, that is one of the best things. She had always been very knowledgeable in our discussions. She's a historian, and the historians really love a lot of facts about patterns.
Yes.
So I used to think it's coming from her historical passion. She can teach history, talk history the whole day, history of African and what we are unique about, what we should be one country, we were just subdivided by outsiders. And so I used to think the passion comes from that angle. And she can tell patterns of what leads to what. Only to realize this girl can actually, anybody who can withstand Robert Greene, my friend, is not a mentor child. Particularly if you are Christian and that guy is talking from evolution point of view, our evolutionary heritage. It's offensive. But if you have the maturity to pick what you agree on, like a fish, and drop what you don't agree on, I respected that woman. I knew if I play here, it may take me forever before I find a woman who can engage me on Robert Greene. He's a leading sociologist. People like Carl Jung, people are writing, even, Robert Greene will be quoting Niccolo Machiavelli.
Yeah.
People who are just, the end justifies the means. They're just ruthless, But they teach you how dirty games are played so that you can protect yourself.
All right.
You need to learn that 3 strategies of war so that you can know when they're being applied against you and what is the defense. You need to know how the weapon operates so that you can know how to safeguard yourself against them. To make the bulletproof, you need to know how the bullet works. Just to tell you that you will become a treasure when the man knows even more than his boys. You brainstorm better. And with you, he can trust more than even trust the boys. Because you have more invested in his plans. And the reason sometimes you hear people saying, I don't know his investments, where they are, you're not part of the creation of them. Become a resourceful person. Even if he does not now invite you, he knows he's missing out on a person who could have helped him invest. Again, we are assuming you already got a person who, other areas of life, you are commensurate. Don't pick people who exposure level and education. Education and exposure go together. Some people stopped education early, but they expose themselves to knowledge. Other people stopped education. They did not get exposure. They're still very backward. You can't even reason together. So people ask, is that difference? It's not education level alone. It's education plus exposure.
Exposure.
Yes. The late Bob Collymore had only a diploma in the university, but how much exposure? He was always reading. He traveled the world. He had more than PhDs. He could lead PhD people, professors.
Yeah.
And reasoned very well because he was globally exposed, always learning, always reading. Czech people are hungry and open-minded and on the go. Those ones, you will reason, even if they stopped education a long time ago.
Okay.
I had a cousin who stopped, did not even go to secondary school, but he flew to Canada instead. My friend, between going to secondary school and going to Canada to study, metal work, to study a lot of connections and, welding advanced. Until now, he's the most relied person in that field, on the front line. I say this guy has a better education than us. It's even more specialized. He can talk all the language. You can't even tell unless he tells you and you can't even believe it.
Yeah.
Exposure.
Yeah.
Exposure. As I told you, don't keep your children in the four-corner classroom. Four-corner classroom is a cage. Always expose them to the real world.
Yes.
Show them how people talk, how they apply this, to mix the two. We're just saying, become that woman who reads and who brainstorms.
Yeah.
The second thing I want you to become a permanent installation in his life is to particularly craft yourself to fill in on his weaknesses. Study his weaknesses and compensate for them. You become the crutch on the side that he limps. Become the compensation for what he naturally is not good at.
Yeah.
That is a very delicate area the waitresses in the hotels have been using. To get men always coming to the hotel and asking for that waitress. They go to clubs, men have that, they don't have a name for it.
Yeah.
They go to the same garage for years for that mechanic. They move with him wherever he goes.
A specific one.
Why? You figured out what he struggles with. Help a man with his struggle and he is sold out. Does what he doesn't naturally like, do it for him. And sometimes it's not difficult thing, it's just a petty thing. Very tiny thing.
Yeah.
A simple thing for me would be buttons that come off and I don't remember to put them back until I need to use that cloth again. And I forgot about buttons. A belt that needed to be punched another hole.
Yeah.
And that button, I'll forget about it forever. Just the difficult, and it's not that hard to punch. Either get the puncher thing or carry the thing to those guys who punch.
But these are not things you think about.
Yeah. You buy a new thing when repairing the other one was 1% of that price.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's a blind, it's a struggle area. Your man's weakness can be a very funny thing. One lady told me the guy could not arrange the clothes back in the cabinet after picking. And it was always irritating. Some weaknesses will register in form of irritations.
Yeah.
And another guy noticed that the lady couldn't keep the keys, could hang them at their locator. You know the way you hang keys so that you don't misplace them?
Yes.
She couldn't put them there. So, and then he asked a question of invention. What Mary Anderson asked, why are we stopping to wipe the screens every time? Can there be something electronic to wipe?
Yeah.
So this guy asked, if we have remote controls, why don't we have key finders?
Yeah.
Can I attach something?
Yeah.
The way I would attach, and it can find the key, beep, whatever it was, or whatever the language. And I mean, that's a very possible innovation. Just somebody just needs to think, and can sell it very quickly. Never lose your keys again. Here's the solution. It's when you attach it to your phone, you can also put it sometimes in misplaced phones. Put it on your phone. Whenever you lose something, it will beep.
Yeah.
And the lady with the guy who could not get the clothes right realized when he's leaving, he's always anxious. When he's dressing up to leave, he has anxiety. He was not very good with planning his time, and he'd have to dash out quickly. So you'll find mess and think he did that intentionally. Until she observed, he realized the problem is not the cabinet. The problem is time management.
Yeah.
When he needs to be where he needs to be, he comes so close to getting late that by the time he's dressing up, there's just rush.
Yeah.
And she filled in by helping him prepare early, get the clothes on, and when he's leaving, when he's calm, there's no mess. But who has time to study people like that? The guy with the lady with the keys realized the problem was worse when she's coming home to the child, longing to see the child, longing to do something. It came from her heart was really gone to other things. And she wouldn't remember to pick it, And if in the absence of the technological device, he took it upon himself to always trace where she went and pick it before they need to look for it.
Yeah.
So whenever he arrives home, he has two duties. Find my wife's key, then put them in the right place. When there is no hurry, it's not hard to find them.
Yeah.
I just arrived at 7 p.m. I find out my wife's keys. I hung. I would know it would be somewhere in the kitchen where she went.
Yeah.
Or where. So I even found it's not that high. It's not even that high. It's only that when they hang there for a whole night and somebody else moves them around. But if I just come after her and the same day and try to trace them, it won't be hard.
Right, yeah.
Who has time to go all the way to find out really the pattern of this person's life to compensate for the weakness? Who has time for that? Be the one. Be the one.
Yeah.
The day you're going to learn that my husband's struggle with the mother who never was there for him, only returned when the boy was 12 after being raised by grandparents, and he feels like the woman is too demanding for the little she invested in his life.
Yeah.
And he's always irritated when she's demanding this, asking for the other. And then I stopped transferring, because sometimes women push us to love our mothers more so they don't appear like they're pulling us away. So you stop pushing him.
Yes.
Realize this mother is not just a mother, there's another story. So this guy has another mother figure whom he loves a lot. So let him pamper that mother.
Yeah.
Who was there? Could even be the grandma or the auntie who was really there at the time of vulnerability. Can you know the unique story of your man?
Yeah.
And what triggers him, what gets him emotional? And you can find a man who keeps visiting the graveyard of his grandmother. He has emotional investment in the grandmother who, like Lionel Messi, when he needed to play games, it's grandma who would accompany the little boy to the games.
Yeah.
And bring him a ball and cheer when he kicks, watch how much, and to this day when he scores, he dedicates to the grandma. Who has time to study the story and know what it is and validate it?
It's only me.
Do that.
Yes.
If you can do that and come that close to understanding the idiosyncrasies of the twists, the curves around my personality, that I also don't have words to capture.
Yes.
I also don't have words to explain. It goes all the way to food, to preferences of this and the other. It goes all the way into seasons. Sometimes he was not like that, but something is emerging as the season of life is approaching. One guy said all his family members were dying at 38, 39, and 40. When he approached that age, he found himself reckless. It's like, now the end is near.
Yeah.
And because the wife remembered that, she helped him remember that you're coming from a generation that did not make it past this point. Maybe subconsciously, you're not sure that you make it past this point. But I want you to know we believe in you and we know you'll be around. We are eating right. We know what happened to those other guys. We're trying to compensate that. And we are okay. We are planning the long term in mind. She helped him cross that and settle down. Losing the anxiety that makes him act impulsively. Sometimes when people act impulsively, it's an underlying anxiety. You are the best person to study that and help him crack it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So I feel like this conversation was so much revolving about brainstorming,
Yes.
learning new things so you can improve this man.
Yes.
And this man really valuing
Yes.
this new knowledge that the woman has.
Exactly.
Wow, that is amazing. And how do we get this if not by reading? So we have so many books written by Benjamin Zulu. Please grab the books and acquire knowledge to keep that man, to keep your relationship thriving. We need to keep reading. We have the books on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. See you next time.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and